Okay, I think this stream's working. Yes? Yes, okay. Back to it. Sorry, the other stream cut out. But we're here. That's so cool. Whoa! Hi, big easy guy. Whoa! Oh, is this what it's supposed to look like? Whoa.
What will we find when we get there?
If I am the last of my kind, I will experience the sorrow of 10,000 souls dimming.
Whoa. Another phase game? Whoa. That the game was very short. Whoa. With the whole city.
And if they survived?
That was so cool. That was so cool. Oh, hey, my internet cut back into being existing. Sorry. So, you guys missed it, but we got to the end. There was a whole big city and everything of like the I almost said Prometheans, that's Halo. I can't remember what they're called right now. I can't. I was gonna say Poltergeist, Prometheans, that's not it. Anyway, their whole city was there and then it cut out. So those clouds that you see when it started to buffer and then it came to here, it was literally like 2 seconds further and it just shows that and that's it. So, this game was like really cool, okay? Don't get me, like, this game was really fun. I loved playing, highly recommend. Like, if you want a faster paced version of Subnautica, like the first game, if you've played through Subnautica, the first one, I would highly recommend playing the first one first. That one's still my favorite between the two of them. This one has a lot more different of a feel, especially because of the fact that we don't, it's a lot less scary. So you know. Is there anything past the credits, or am I like gonna start talking again and then it's gonna pop up with something really cool? Okay, no. So that guy was the scariest thing in that loading screen. That was the scariest guy here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Custom. I want to look at custom. Hunger, thirst, body temperature, oxygen depletes, vehicle crash, underwater bases require reinforcements, crafting requires resources, blah blah blah, story. Initial equipment, start with night, flashlight scanner, sea guide boat, propulsion canyon, module, beef, and fins. Oh. Allow permanent death, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Vegetarian diet, that's cool. Day length, Night Link. Well, since this is a thing... 12 hours, and I have 18 hours on my Subnautica server. Yeah. So, this game all in all took me 13 hours and like 30-ish minutes, like 13, almost 14 hours, because it doesn't save when I last did, because this is yesterday's save, because today's the 5th. Yeah, today's the 5th, so it saved, that was my last save, and we've been streaming for about an hour and 15 minutes, so we played the save for about 14 hours. So the game, I played through it having Subnautica knowledge behind my back in a total of like 14 hours to play through all of Below Zero, which is substantial. There's things that there's so many things that I've probably missed. There's tons of stuff, right? If you guys are looking for a story game, though, that's easy enough to like get through, and you can get like the crafting system down and everything, and kind of like can watch and see the lateral ability of like playing through the game, I highly recommend this game because it is very fun. The story is awesome. The way that you can replay everything as far as audio logs go, and then you can also reread everything as far as like PDA data and everything. And then you can find the places that have like gaps in the PDAs and everything. It makes it really, really, really good of an experience for story-wise, because you can go back and like you can look into everything. Really super good for like clues and stuff. I highly recommend this game though. It's really good. The only flaw I had in it is that it wasn't as long. It was a lot more... It also doesn't give you a really good way to like figure out everything. Because in the first game it gives you nothing. Like, nothing at all. And I get why this game gives you a lot, like how it does, because if you look at the last game that if you look at Subnautica, like the first one, it gives you maybe like it gives you all the distress signals to all the life pods, and then it gives you like your stuff that you've made, and I'm pretty sure that's it. This game, it gives you all the artifacts and everything, and I get that because of the fact that it they're like in really weird places that are hard to get to and everything, you know. But I feel like it doesn't need all of them. Like the phase gate, I feel like it could have just not marked that, because then when Alan said, or Ann says at the end of the game, meet me at the phase gate, then people that are like me that have already searched that island can know just to go straight there. But people that haven't played like a lot of it exploration wise can go in and they can like look for it, and they can really like try and find it, so that gives them a little bit more time in the game to like explore and everything, and they might find some random stuff. Like they might not have even like come across the alien lab with all of like the big underground sea creature that was completely gone, like that let out the carabacterium and everything. Like they could have just not seen that, because that threw me off a lot too. They didn't develop around that a lot. I'm not like a professional video game critic. I've just played a lot of video games that are story based. They developed a lot of the dialogue around that that frozen Leviathan, but they never gave it any essence. There was nothing that it did. Like, there was one audio log I remember in particular. I think it was Fred talking to one of the people, and he was like, I think I saw... This guy claimed to say that it blinked at one point in time. They think it's still alive. I think when you go down there, into there, it should, like, twitch. When you go to scan it, and it gets put into your PDA, right after you scan it, like, maybe, like, a second after, its hand, like, twitches, and the screen, like, rumbles, right? And then you hear, like, a sigh from it. And that would scare the crap out of people. and it would make it so much, the essence of that would be so much cooler. Because then if people go to the bottom first and then they go up to the top, they're going to be like, it's going to kill me when I go over here. It doesn't need to, like, unthaw or anything, but, like, just giving it a little bit more would be so much better, if you know what I mean. Sorry, to answer your question, PVZ guy, next game I'm going to stream, I'm probably going to go back to the first Subnautica and do something. I want to do a challenge video in there, so give me some ideas, because... Or give me a challenge idea for either this game, for Subnautica, or for Below Zero, because I would be fine playing either. Yeah, like, I would play either game right now, and I would be happy playing either game. Because in this game, everything's fresh, but in Subnautica, I have, like, almost everything memorized of where it is, basically, and I love it. I don't have a PC, so I can't do mods, unfortunately, which sucks. I'm on PlayStation, so, you know, if you want to do, like, modded type stuff, we can always do custom game stuff, and that would be cool. We could also go into, creative, or, custom, and turn on build, like, the build stuff, doesn't require materials, and then we can also turn off the, underwater structures don't need reinforcement, and we can play through the entire game, but it's all on land. And if you know what I mean by that, I mean we have to play through from end to end completely in a habitat. So we have to build our way everywhere. And of course, if there's like little areas where we can't get to, we can always swim. But like the majority of the game that's underwater, at least, we have to build. I think that would be super funny. So that would be cool. But moving back to like game review or whatever, you know. This game, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. The first game, 10 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. The only reason I say 9.5 is because the ending, it could have been better. It could have been that they like ended it off with like them getting home and then not welcoming him back. Like that's basically what they did, but the way they did it in game was that he got back through the phase gate and they just said that he owed them money, and that was it. We never got to see the city or anything. In this one, at the very end, you get to see the big architect, that's their names, the big architect city and everything, and it's super cool. And then Alan's like, hey, I'm with you, I'm prepared, okay? You know? That's what I want. I want, like, more essence to the game. Which is okay, because, like, game devs need time to make things, and they don't always have the ideas that they need at the right time, you know? Which is completely fine. I just think it'd be really cool to see that. So, give them some thought. I know they're not going to see this video, because why would they? But adding in at the end, if they are going to leave the third game off on a cliffhanger too, and make another Subnautica game, which I would so play. I love this game so much, you have no idea. Then I would give it more essence. And then I would have liked to see more done with the Kara bacteria, and seeing Sam's like cave and everything that she left all of her stuff in. It totally could be in the game. I don't know if it is, but I would like to see more effort to try to show you where it is. That would be one of the ones where I would give you the location of the cave, because it didn't seem like your goal in the game was to cure the Kara, because you did that in the first game, and your goal in the first game was to get home back to Altera, or wherever you went. I don't know, you're with Altera, so go back where Altera lives, and then to cure the Kara, because you can't get off the planet without curing it. And then this one was to get Alan his body back, and that was it. And so that's why this last one was named Subnautica Below Zero. The end? Question mark? Because I didn't know if it was the end. And it was. My internet decided to cut out at the very end, and so now we have this stream of me reviewing it because, yeah. Yeah. I think that this game, all in all, though, was really good. Definitely some flaws, and there's a lot more pros. But I did like it. Someone mentioned on our last stream before this one, not this one before, but the one before that, yesterday's stream, that they liked how the game looked kind of random gen. And I get what they mean by that. Because this one compared to the other game looks a lot more random gen. If you look at maps of this game, they are all different. There's a lot of maps for this game, because there's like land and everything, but everything looks really random gen, and there's some places where it looks like you could get up, but you can't, and then you start to realize that you can't get up to those places in game, and it just looks really, it fuses together really well. But the random gen of it is really cool, even though you know that it's not random generated, because everything's always the same except for like where you land in your drop pod. So I just think that's a really cool design of the game. But other than that, I think that this game, phenomenal. 8.5, almost 9, 8.75, 8 3/4 out of 10. I just would like to have seen more with the underground, like the frozen Leviathan, and then also to like, that's pretty much it. I would have rather been able to like see more about that, and that's a lot of the game, because there's a lot of dialogue that leads back to it. But I do want to go back to the first game and play that a little bit more. We might do a series on eradicating the Leviathans. That would be fun, because there are 25 Reapers, there's 7 Ghost Leviathans, I think, and then there's 3 Sea Dragons. I don't think I'm gonna kill the Sea Dragons, because, like, come on. They're Sea Dragons. They're adorable. Like, why would I want to kill them? That's what I think. Personally, some people think they're terrifying, because they shoot fireballs, and they can also eat you, and then, like, you know. No, I think they're adorable. So, and then we can make a series on trying to capture Leviathans. Or make a stream on trying to capture Leviathans. Because that would be pretty frickin' funny. I don't know how we do it. Because I don't know if they can phase through stuff. But, you know. In the first game, there were a couple things you did miss, but you were just focused on completing it. But if you want, I can give you a list on everything you should do, so... I said you a couple, you missed a lot. I missed a lot? I thought I got a lot of the game in. Okay. If you want to... If you want to give me a list, that would be cool. Probably not during this stream. A couple of things you should do to complete it. Yeah, okay. Because you're currently going through and doing, like, a trophy run to, like, see, like, get all the trophies and everything and platinum the game. You know? Email them? No. Not email. Why would I say email? Send them to me in a comment after this stream. I would say. Because then I can look back at it. And then I can write a note in my phone of all the things I need to do, and then I can make a video on them. It is currently 9:15, which means I still have some time left in the day to stream, because I usually stream until about 11. So what I am going to do is I'm going to switch over to the first Subnautica. I'm going to boot up a game in there. Fresh, brand new game, and we're gonna go through some of the things that you want me to do, PBZ guy. Because I think that'd be fun, and because I love I love the layout of the first game a lot more than I do like this one. I do like the linear like ability of like completing this game though, because the first game was a lot more kind of like point and shoot, kind of figure it out yourself, and I loved that aspect. But this game gives you a lot more of like a straightforward thing. We also never made a snow fox in this, so we should do that eventually. But I'm gonna switch over to the other game. So those of you that are still watching, I'm going to be streaming in just a second. I'm going to go use the restroom after, and then I will be right back. So, thank you all so much for watching. One quick last word to our sponsor, W, for the video. They're a gaming energy drink company. If you want to get yourself some of that stuff, use my code Z at checkout. It's XED for 10% off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And as always,